Good morning, one and all. My name is Sindhura, Research Scholar of Electrical Engineering Department, IIT Tirupati. Today, on behalf of Electrical Engineering Department of IIT Tirupati, I extend my warm welcome to all of you present here today for our first Indo-Norway workshop on emerging learning methods and systems, which is jointly organized by IIT Tirupati and University of Agder, Norway. We are so glad to have you all here. First of all, let's invoke the blessings of the Almighty. I invite Ms. Vaishnavi for a prayer song.
मैत्रीं भजत किल हृजेत्री मैत्री भजत अकिल हृजेत्री आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणं त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणं मैत्रीं भजत अकिल हृजेत्री मैत्रीं भजत अकिल हृजेत्री जननी पृथिवी कामदुःखास्ते जननी पृथिवी कामदुःखास्ते जनको देवः सकलजयालु जनको देवः सकलदयालु धाम्यत दत्त दयत्वं जनता धाम्यत दत्त दयत्वं जनता श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Now I request our Institute Director, Professor K.N. Satyanarayana, Dean SRC, Professor Anil Kumar, Head of the Department Electrical Engineering, Dr. N.N. Murthy, sir, Dr. Ramakrishna Goti, onto the dais. Please, sir.
Thank you. Warm good morning to you all. Good morning to our director, beloved director, Dean SRC and our HOD. I will very briefly mention the origin of this workshop and then give a very brief on the overview of the workshop in a couple of minutes. We had a collaboration with University of Agder faculty, Professor Lingareddy, through the research collaboration we had. There was a joint project on Indo-Norway intelligent systems and mechatronics. So there, as a offspring of that, we had different collaborative discussions between the University of Agder faculty and the faculty of IIT Tirupati. Their dean and Professor Lingareddy has visited IIT Tirupati for strengthening the collaborations. As a result of it, an MOU between IIT Tirupati and University of Agder, Norway, is also signed. This is the first event after the collaborations have been strengthened with MOU and the project. As with the major part of the project funding and the support of the institute, we are having the first workshop on Indo-Norway workshop on emerging learning systems and learning methods and systems. So the workshop consists of brief mathematical basics for the first day, and it will give an overview on what are all the essential span of the requirements of in background, and as well as the methods that span the learning systems. So after a brief introduction of or after a brief discussion of the methods and the systems based on the learning, you will be provided with the mathematical basics for each of the some of the topics that are required to get into this domain. And the second day is majorly on bringing the learning methods into the workshop, or learning methods in discussion. So you will be learning the basic machine learning methods, and then different supervised, unsupervised, and then deep learning methods, which are currently applied in different domains. And third day is on reinforcement learning. It will bring the details of some of the reinforcement learning, and as well as the system level applications of the learning methods. There will be talks by 4 external speakers. Some of the eminent speakers from India, including Professor Yajnanarayana, who was faculty at IIT Madras, senior faculty at IIT Madras, and as well as at IAC. He will be giving the keynote on the second day. Professor Manjesh, Professor Chitraganti, and Professor Santosh from IIT Palakkad, IIT Indore, and IIT Bombay will be delivering a couple of talks on different areas, ranging from applying the how to bring in the machine learning methods to the hardware, how to bring in the reinforcement learning into the control system aspects, and how do we essentially bring in deep learning aspects into the real applications, etc. Faculty from IIT Tirupati will be giving the mathematical basics, and then followed by an overview of different basics in these areas. Now I request our director to give inaugural address. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramakrishna. Good morning, everyone, dear participants and my colleagues. Welcome to IIT Tirupati, a third generation IIT for the people coming from outside. You know, this workshop, which is an outcome of the MOU we have entered into with University of Agder, Norway. We had signed this MOU about a month back, a little over a month back. Of course, the first meeting took place a month before that, with the visit of Professor Michael Hansen, the Dean from University of Agder, and Professor Lingareddy, the person who has been driving this initiative. And actually this initiative is with a number of institutions across India, and we are one of the participants in this. So one of the things that we do when we do MOUs, we are very keen that we don't sign MOUs unless there is substantial work that has already happened between the teams or immediately going to happen. There's no point signing 100 MOUs. I see universities will say 100 MOUs. They're all sitting in the almirahs locked away. But every MOU, we have very few MOUs. We have about less than 10 MOUs, but everything is very active. Okay, and we don't sign the MOU unless we see potential for even international universities. We talk to them for almost, for example, we just signed an MOU with the University of Dalhousie in Canada. 6 months of engagement, workshops, and then only we signed the MOU. We are signing with the University of Melbourne. Again, we are in the process of 6 months of engagement of various things where we can collaborate, and then we'll sign the MOU. So I'm very glad that Dr. Ramakrishna and the electrical engineering colleagues have moved fast in getting this workshop organized immediately after signing the MOU, and very apt topic in terms of the learning methods, whether it's machine learning, deep learning, or reinforcement learning, and so on. You know, all ASAT has mandated that, please, Oh, you're this. AICTE has advised all this lot of engineering colleges to expand their computer science programs with specializations in AI, ML, all these areas. And where are the faculty to teach these courses? While everyone has started based on AICTE advice, but where are the faculty to teach these courses who have been trained and who have proper grounding in these topics? So these workshops like this are meant to address this issue at the faculty level, and also giving opportunities for the students to come and attend this workshop that is being done over 3 days. I'm very glad to see a wide range of colleges here participating, whether it's from VIT Chennai, SV University, Vidyaniketan, ISA Tirupati, mostly from Tirupati, and then Vishnu Engineering College, my hometown, Bhimavaram. And then I also see that there are participants from DRDO, Continental, and so on. I wish there were more people from the industry also participating. But anyway, we'll keep doing this. Now, continuing education is something that we are again trying to set up a very strong cell here to run these programs. Ramakrishna Gurti is here. Subramanian Gurti is here, who is coordinating some of these online initiatives like Swayam and NPTEL related initiatives. For example, this setup, we had set it up to do the recordings for NPTEL and Swayam programs. We used to run 2 channels of Swayam earlier. Now we are still running one channel. Now we are just integrated with other institutions, and we are part of the thing instead of we being the core institution, because it's been reorganized. So we set up quickly this studio here for recording purpose. We have a processing room next door, and so on. IIT Tirupati, as most of you must be aware, started in 2015, a 3rd generation IIT. 6 of us started. I see some of our colleagues from the other IITs also in this program, whether it's 3rd generation like Palakkad, and then Indo from the 2nd generation, and Bombay from the 1st generation coming in. And I have to really compliment the organizers for putting together this excellent speakers like Professor Yagnanarayana. He's the stalwart in this area. He's also an adjunct professor with us, guiding us on many aspects. So when we started in 2015, we started from a temporary campus from this college called Chadravada Group of Institutions. We hired one of their engineering colleges that was shutting down. We took their building and we started there our temporary operations. And the state government has given us this beautiful 548-acre site to build our campus here. So we started construction in 2017, early 2017, of some of the essential facilities. So these facilities that you're sitting here, by 2018 we had this completed, and we moved into the campus here partly. We call this now the South Campus, because this is one at the south end of the campus. So the campus extends another couple of kilometers to the north this way, and another 1.7 kilometers or so east-west. And so this campus, initially we called it the Transit Campus, basically to say that this is a campus we are establishing before we established the big campus. But now we call it the South Campus, consisting of this multipurpose building, which has a health center next door, computer center. We have a small library up there, and 2 classrooms. We have a 120-seater classroom there, and this room here. And then we built hostels, which we accommodate about 700 plus students. Some of you are, I understand, staying in the hostels, which have been operational since 2018. And then we also built a classroom building there with about 14 classrooms, sports facilities for the student. Please walk around the campus. We have a very beautiful indoor stadium with 3 shuttle courts, gym, and then a full track field, and volleyball, tennis, and basketball courts. So this was set up in 35 acres out of the 548 acres that we have at that time as an initial thing, before the master plan for the campus has been done. Then we have done a master plan for 12,000 students. As we grow, we want to be, this may take us 30 years, 40 years. The 1st generation IITs, Kharagpur, Bombay, Madras, and all that, They took about 65 years to get to at 12,000 student capacity in their institutions. Today they are about that size. So we have planned for that size. The whole planning has been done for that. So the construction for stage 1, as we call it, is under progress. In fact, we are winding up all our operations at the temporary campus this month and handing over the facility back to the owners. And we moved all operations here. Our buildings are getting ready. We have built about 168 apartments for our faculty and staff. So they're all going to start moving in August into these apartments. And then we're building 2 large, what we call department building 1 and 2, which will house about space for about 100 plus faculty members and the associated labs. All that is being getting ready. In one of the buildings, we're going to start moving in by the end of this month. And then we're building a big administrative building, and a classroom lecture hall complex, which will have about 30 plus classrooms and then undergraduate physics and chemistry labs and so on. 240 seaters, 120 seater classrooms, recording studios like this and so on. Then we're building a large central instrumentation facility, a 85,000 square feet central instrumentation facility, which will house the big equipment like the electron microscopes, the chromatographs, common use equipment, which will open up for the other institutions also to come and use. So 80,000 is a very large facility. If you look at it as a single building housing these things, it will be one of the biggest among the institutions in the country. And we are building 2 hostels, each 500 students, about single rooms, 1,000 rooms. So one of the hostels, our students are going to start moving in by the... you're moving in, right? No, you're girls. Okay, boys are going to move in. By the end of this month. And with a large dining facility, a 20-room guest house, and the director's house. I moved in. I've been living inside the campus since October, having got that house completed very fast. And we're building it in a very eco-friendly way. The first thing that we did, I'm just telling you all this is because many of you are coming from various institutions, so that you also learn and many of you probably will become, you'll be doing works in your institute. So very in the eco-friendly way, first thing is we did a ecology study of the campus. We have a beautiful site, extension of a reserve forest. So we have over 200 bird species on the campus. Everything is documented. We have a nice publication. All the flora, fauna on the campus, that's all documented. The water bodies, the rivers, the rivulets, as the water flows from the mountain down, we have protected all that, did the master planning. There was a mango grove. When we got in, that mango grove is retained as a part of the campus. So we have got a couple of sustainability awards for the way we have developed our campus. We have brought in many new technologies in building our campus. If you look at the hostels, they're all built with this glass fiber reinforced gypsum panel technology, where we used to have waste product to build our campus. Illuminated bricks completely, and then we did polished concreting. If you go to our labs and see, you will see mirror finish, concrete finish. These are all high tech. We use laser screeds to level the surfaces and use diamond abrasion things to get that mirror finish on the concrete, just the regular concrete. So on, 48 volt DC fittings in the rooms. I think this building is also running on 48 volt DC. So solar, use directly. The solar is generated DC. We use it directly to run our hostel, all our hostel fittings. You would have seen that hostel has this remote fans and so on, because they're running on 48 volt. So we're trying a number of technologies. Even if you go see our new campus, we have all fair face concrete. The surface of the walls is no plastering, no painting. You finish concreting and you leave it like that. Now that requires a lot of attention to details, special formworks that are imported so that we get that finish and so on. Anyway, so this campus, so it will fully, by this October, November, this campus should be fully running. We're capturing the runoff. We created 2 large 10-acre lakes, totally 10 acres, which will capture the water from the runoff, and we use that for our drinking water supply. So we can store almost 4 months of water supply for a 2,500 student campus. Now, the institute also has been growing. We started off with our bachelors in 4 areas in 2015 in computer science and engineering, civil engineering, electrical and mechanical engineering by admitting 30 students in each. Subsequently, we started chemical engineering in 2018. So we have 5 engineering branches now. You know, in IITs, most IITs, we only have an electrical engineering department. We don't have electrical and communication, electrical and electronics, electrical and instrumentation, and electrical and what all. Okay, we just have an electrical engineering department. And of course, there they do it. They need more seats, so the AICT says only so many seats per branch. So you start doing all this minor variations to get the number of seats and so on. So we started with this 5 batches undergraduation. 2017 we started admitting master's level students in MS by research and also to PhD students. The first batch of PhD students joined in January 2018. So we are a very active, vibrant research, academic research and sponsored research culture that we are set in. With the batch that is joining this month, end of this month, we will be having about 230 PhD students. Out of the 1,000, we will get to, with the BTech batch that is joining maybe in October, November, out of 1,400, 200, more than 230 are PhD students. And then we have MS by research, another 40, 50 students. Then we started the MTech program in 2018 in electrical, in the area of signal processing and communication, in mechanical, in design and manufacturing, and in computer science. In 2019, we started the MTech programs in civil engineering. And next year, we are starting the MTech program in chemical engineering. We this academic year, we are starting more streams in electrical engineering in VLSI and microelectronics and VLSI and RF and microwave. Now again, RF microwave, we are a very strong group driven by our senior colleague Dr. Karthikeyan, who came from IIT Roorkee. And we started a master's in public policy this year. Okay, so we were very strong. We are also developing a strong humanities and social science program. So IITs are becoming slowly multidisciplinary institutions, not just technology technology and science institutions. We started our MSc in mathematics in 2019, I think 19, yeah, and MSc in physics and chemistry in 2020. Okay, so we have every year MSc students joining. So we have MSc program, MTech program, MS by research, PhD program. So I see there are students here also participating. So I encourage you who are considering, most of the students who are participating are master students or BTech?
It's a mix of BTech.
Okay. So you have the option of, if you're a BTech student, option of coming for the MTech program based completely on GATE, or if you want to come for MS by research, which normally takes about 2 years to 2.5 years, where you do only 5 courses, but you do a research which will be thesis which will be sent out for evaluation. So that's another option that is done by both by a GATE score and an interview. Okay, so these options are available for you to come and pursue higher studies at IIT Tirupati, and then of course the PhD program is, as I told you, quite vibrant. So those of you interested in PhD, and if your faculty members outside would like to pursue PhD, we have an option where you can come and preferably spend a year here, if not at least a semester, and do it as an external candidate. So that option is also available. And also if you want to do, if you already have a PhD, want to do research, you're most welcome to collaborate with our colleagues. And if you're going to be writing joint research projects, it helps you to be associated with an IIT in terms of getting funded. So that's another avenue that is available for you to collaborate. We have right now about 105 faculty members in the institute across the 9 departments. Every department has at least 10 faculty members, whether it's math or humanities and social sciences. Electrical is the biggest department with 16 or 17 now? 16 faculty members. But we'll keep growing. IITs have this faculty student ratio of 1:10. Uh, so as we increase our student strength, we keep adding faculty strength also. I I would uh, I would say that we are one of the fastest among all the second and third generation ITs in terms of growth, probably among the fastest in terms of whether it's physical infrastructure, whether it is uh, faculty recruitment, whether it's student strength ramping up, and so on. So we have an excellent group of faculty members. Nearly 20 faculty members moved from other IITs to IIT Tirupati. For example, our Dean Anil moved here from IIT Indore. Murthy, our HOD, is moved here from IIT Bhubaneswar. We have 5 faculty members moved from IIT Guwahati, and so on. From Roorkee, from first generation IITs also. So I don't think any other second and third generation IIT managed to attract so many faculty members from existing IITs. So I'm telling you all this so that after one thing is to effectively benefit from this course in terms of your learning that is going to come out on this learning methodologies, but more importantly, going forward in terms of getting associated with the institute and those faculty members, encouraging your students to send good students for higher studies here. You know, as the director, I'm also the salesman of the institute, trying to market the institute also using these platforms. So I would like you to benefit from that. Go around, you know, it's a beautiful campus that's coming up. Only thing is, if you want to venture into the construction area, be careful, you should not enter any buildings because we are very strict on safety. Our construction site has got 7 awards nationally, internationally for safety and health practices. The National Safety Council last month gave us the award for the best site in the country for the safety and health practices. So we have over 11 million man hours of safe construction so far. So please help us increase that number rather than one of you go and trip and fall and get injured and get statistics that we had an injury on the campus. So please be careful, but welcome you to go and when you have free time to see what's happening around the campus and so on. So I hope you have a great stay and great learning from this workshop. And once again, I would like to thank University of Agder for initiating this collaboration and Dr. Gorti, our coordinator from our side, for moving fast and getting this going, and Professor Linga Reddy for making this happen. Thank you very much and all the best. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I invite Professor Anil Kumar to deliver the speech. Dean SRC, Professor Anil Kumar.
A very good morning to all. On behalf of Center for Sponsored Research and Consultancy, I extend a warm welcome to you all to IIT Tirupati. First of all, let me to congratulate and appreciate Dr. Ramakrishna Gorti for bringing up this workshop in a very short time. I remember he called me last month only how to receive the funds and how to execute them and all. Regarding a brief introduction about the Center for Sponsored Research and Consultancy, we basically give support to all internal and external projects, research projects, both sponsored projects and consultancy projects. Apart from that, we administer the MOUs, industrial connects, startups and incubation activities, patenting activities of the institute. Okay. So even though the project's inflow started right from the inception of the institute, the Center for Sponsored Research and Consultancy started around early 2020. And right now we have roughly about 250 projects, both sponsored projects and consultancy projects together. Out of that, around 100 change projects are from sponsoring agencies, and around 140 projects are from the consultancy projects. And out of that, I think 10 are of international nature, which are all this kind of projects, bilateral and visit, and we can conduct some workshops like this. As Sir was telling, it will be a good opportunity for you to interact with the faculty of IIT, and not only this IIT, other IITs also, those who are coming here. For the faculty who are working in private engineering colleges, there is a scheme you might be knowing, Teachers Associateship for Research Excellence. So that is a project that you can immediately can plan with the faculty from IITs or NITs at associate professor level, and it is somewhat easy to gain the project easily. Okay? That is called TARE scheme from SERB. Okay? Yes, meeting so many people from different places itself is a learning experience. So I hope when you learn, hear from the experts from here, your learning experience will enhance. I wish a great success of this workshop, and please try to utilize this time for better learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Dr. N.N. Murthy, Head of the Department Electrical Engineering, to deliver his speech.
Thank you so much, and very good morning. Good to see the first workshop, particularly from the department. So as was mentioned, we have about 16 faculty covering broad spectrums of electrical engineering, and signal processing, computer vision group one among them. Though in a short time, we had, our colleagues have initiated this workshop. And looking at the contents of the workshop, I was particularly impressive with a couple of talks on mathematics, right? Which generally, whenever we conduct a workshop, we talk hi-fi stuff, right? So good to see some mathematics background is planned. I'm very sure, we all know that mathematics are backbone for any engineering. And we have speakers from various places covering different aspects of learning systems. I'm sure you'll be benefited, or even if you know the contents, right? Since you're hearing from others, you'll have a different perspective. I'm sure that will help you all in enhancing your knowledge. And since this is the first workshop, I believe there are a series of workshops planned. Okay, and we will, from the department, we'll be motivated to, as this is the first workshop, I'm very sure our colleagues will take initiative and conduct many more workshops. And as our directors have mentioned, it's a good place and good weather. Maybe you can just explore what's happening within IIT, right? Without much delay, maybe we can end this session. And I sincerely thank our director, Dean SRC, and other colleagues and the participants who have taken the time and plan attending these sessions. I wish the workshop will bring you good insights into the learning systems as a whole. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Murthy. We thank our director and Dean SRC, Dr. Anil. We also thank the funding agency, the Norwegian Council of Norwegian Research Council and DICU, Norway, for majorly funding this workshop. And thank all the volunteers, and now we welcome the the participants to actively participate in the workshop. Thank you.